Like my colleagues on the panel, Rob Greenway, who was involved in the negotiating accords, and General Votel, who had done so much for regional security, it's a subject I'm passionate about. I direct the N7 initiative, a partnership between the Atlantic Council and the Jeffrey M. Talpins Foundation that convenes conferences of Israeli and Arab experts to generate multilateral policy and program ideas to bring the benefits of normalized relations to the citizens of those countries. The past year has seen a great deal of progress in building on the Abraham Accords, thanks in no small part to the commitment of the Biden administration. I won't detail them all, but the Negev Summit, the Negev Forum, opening of airspace, free trade, and expanded trade between the parties, cybersecurity cooperation are all ongoing examples. And a number of challenges remain as well. The Negev Forum is a consensus organization. Consensus is sometimes hard to achieve. Jordan has not yet joined the group. There appears to be low and by some polling results declining public support for normalized relations with Israel, even in the UAE and Bahrain, and spiking Israeli-Palestinian tensions may weaken the popularity of the Abraham Accords. But none of those challenges diminish the progress that has been made, and with the remainder of my time, I'll outline a number of steps the United States should pursue to expand that progress that has been made to date. First, our strategy should be to combine U.S.-led security coordination with regionally led U.S.-supported integration in civilian fields. When it comes to building an integrated regional security architecture, there's no substitute for the United States as the convener, sponsor, and enabler. Our unique capabilities, our enduring presence in the region, and the way each U.S. partner looks to us to shape the security environment and coordinate responses to key threats makes the U.S. role essential. The Biden administration and CENTCOM leadership have embraced this responsibility, sponsoring joint exercises that improve interoperability, facilitating high-level strategic discussions on addressing the full range of threats posed by Iran and its proxies, and initiating the gradual process of integrating air defenses across these U.S. partners. It's not likely to become a Middle East NATO, but it does not need to be NATO to be meaningfully beneficial for the security of all who participate. But what it does need, like NATO, is the energetic leadership of the United States. Alongside the U.S.-led security architecture, we should support a regionally led web of non-defense integration. In parallel with the Negev Forum, there must be room for the emergence of a truly regional organization, like the European Union or ASEAN, that weaves together multilateral cooperation at every level in every area of governance, collaboration and integration of resources and capabilities, a regional free trade zone, and reinforcing linkages between private sectors, universities, professional organizations, religious communities, and other elements of civil society. Let's call this hypothetical organization AMENA, A-M-E-N-A, the Association of the Middle East and North Africa. AMENA has the advantage that it means trustworthy or reliable in both Hebrew and Arabic, and it will signal with trilingual clarity that it represents a community of trust, reliability, common interests, and the common benefits of security and prosperity. And as the participating countries benefit from this association, and as they forge a common regional identity, it will create incentives for other states to join, just as the EU and ASEAN expanded well beyond their original membership in their respective regions. Second, we should draw on all resources and expertise of the U.S. government and beyond to advance the U.S. interest in deep regional integration. At the Negev Summit working group meetings in January, over 40 U.S. government personnel from some 9 government agencies took part. That's an excellent showing and something to build on. While the State Department, Defense Department, military, USAID, under the guidance of the National Security Council, will always have the lead, nearly every cabinet department and federal agency has an international affairs department, and most have resources and programs available to promote international cooperation that serves U.S. interests. The House and Senate Abraham Accords caucuses are critical partners in this effort, able to use their diverse expertise and committees of jurisdiction to motivate and fund the work of the cabinet departments they oversee. In this context, I want to take note of H.R. 1268, a thoughtful bill introduced by Representatives Torres and Lawler to create a special envoy for the Abraham Accords. If Congress creates such a position, one of that official's most important duties might indeed be to serve as the traffic cop for an expansive and diverse set of U.S. government and non-government programs that support integration in various fields. Third, we must give special focus and priority to achieving Israeli-Saudi normalization while recognizing that it will take time and may advance in phases. Clearly, such an agreement would have many transformational effects given Saudi Arabia's centrality and influence as a leading nation in the Arab and Islamic world. In some respects, we see it happening gradually, but I'd caution against the narrative that Saudi Arabia is ready to normalize relations with Israel tomorrow as long as the United States provides the right quantities of weapons, security guarantees, or civil nuclear technology. Saudi-Israeli normalization is certainly in the United States' interest, and we should be prepared to contribute, as the United States has done in nearly all previous Arab-Israeli agreements. but it cannot be divorced from the U.S.-Saudi relationship, nor from other U.S. interests that we must protect. If, in fact, the United States would be expected to provide a range of benefits to Saudi Arabia at the time normalization occurs, there will also be things the United States needs from the Saudis, such as their commitment to stable oil markets and not to act in ways that run counter to core U.S. interests regarding Russia and China. A Saudi-Israeli deal is also unlikely to require nothing of Israel, especially in periods of heightened tensions with the Palestinians. And the U.S.-Israel dynamic will also be complicated. Israel may seek additional security assistance, which the United States has always provided, and the United States may seek from Israel steps to keep a two-state solution alive. Such an agreement would be a carefully balanced triangle, and it's worth pursuing with significant diplomatic resources, but it's far from automatic. Finally, I'll just endorse Congresswoman Manning's point that it is imperative and there is an opportunity to draw positive energy from the Abraham Accords into the deeply deteriorating Israeli-Palestinian arena. In short, no other regional development holds better prospects of breaking down Palestinian resistance to normalization with Israel or Israeli resistance to including Palestinians in the promise of a better region. And Arab states, as partners to both, are uniquely positioned to positively influence the decisions and actions of both sides in ways that can improve conditions on the ground and keep a two-state solution alive for a future attempt to reach it through negotiations. The United States can play an important role in reinforcing these positive messages. I thank you again for the opportunity to testify, and I look forward to answering any questions.